Yes guys, what's going on? Hashtag Shorty here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Here today, ladies and gentlemen, we have got ourselves a wonderful, fantastic, spectacular, brilliant 500k squad builder for you guys to use. And with the fact we've got FUT Champions coming right around the corner, I thought, what better thing to do than release a solid 500k squad for you guys to use going into the first weekend league, which I believe is coming up this weekend. Are we ready for yet another year of FUT Champs sweat already? But we won't make this intro long. If you guys do enjoy the video, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support on the first few videos of the year. Now, one thing I will say is I apologize, there's been no gameplay so far. I just kind of wanted to wait till FUT Champs comes around, then we'll obviously start getting into all the fun RTG gameplay stuff. But yeah, it's obviously been a lot of sort of tip stuff and squad builders so far, but that'll all be changing. We'll have a good mix of everything on the channel. That's enough blabbing on from me. Let's jump straight into the 500k squad builder and see what's popping. Right, ladies and gentlemen, and into the squad screen we go for yet another fantastic squad builder. Well, at least I'd like to think so. In goal, we have got ourselves the man Donnarumma starting up first. Now, this is a man I've used in my main team. As you can see there, 80 games played, and he has just been absolutely fantastic for me. Now, I am one of them people that's quite a firm believer in that keepers aren't going to make too much difference each time. I do think one keeper can be better than another. Of course, that can happen, but a lot of the time, I just think keepers are quite RNG, like just random is what that means, yeah? I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of that before, but that's what keepers just seem to be to me. But Donnarumma, he's obviously great for links. I'm sure you guys could potentially guess who he's going to be linking to at centre-back, but a really, really good keeper. And obviously, he costs a bit more than the average keeper, but would seriously advise getting him into the squad. Look at him, 6'5". He's just an absolute tree trunk. But that's Donnarumma into the squad, starting us off really strong with a solid 89 rating. We don't mind if we do, pals. Next up in the squad, we've got ourselves Jesus Navas, who I believe has already had an inform so far this year, so fair play to you, pal. Well played. But looking at the man, 5'8", high medium work rates, obviously not most ideal for a right back, and certainly not a player I expected to be putting into this team. However, I'm just looking at his other stats, 87 pace and 83 dribbling. And if we go to the in-game stats as well, 81 passing is really, really solid. We have whacked an anchor on him because, let's be honest, the man needs a bit more strength, but at that point, there's probably no point, is there? But, you know, we've whacked an anchor on him anyway. Obviously gets the pace up a lot and the defending up a lot. And he's already kind of excelling in passing and dribbling as well. So that's absolutely fine. Navas into the team, under 10,000 coins. Fantastic. And next up in the squad, we have got a very recognizable face. We have got ourselves the man Militao, a very, very familiar face, I'm sure, to all of us in FUT Champions. Jesus Christ, this guy is everywhere. An extremely solid card. 83 pace, 83 defending, 82 physical. We all know the story on Militao, especially with last year, the links into Varane and that type of thing, and obviously still links into Mendy. Now, I would have put Mendy in this team, but he takes up like a solid quarter of the budget, so I thought there's no way of fitting him in. Obviously, he is like the best left back in the game, but I'm going off tangent here. Militao, really, really consistent card. I feel like an anchor chemistry style is perfect for him as well. Obviously, he's not on the right chemistry just yet, so that's why the boosts aren't all there. But I'm sure you guys know what a player Militao is and fits seriously well into the squad. Now, one thing to quickly mention, guys, is that in this team, there is 2 players off chemistry that are going to be on 8 chemistry, and then the rest are on 10 chemistry. And one thing to just reiterate, as I do in all my squad builders, is literally anything 7 chemistry on above on a player is absolutely fine. You just need to make sure you don't go below 7. So 2 players on 8 chemistry is absolutely sound. Anyway, moving into the next centre-back, we have got ourselves the man, I'm sure you would have seen him as we were putting the last player in, Kimpembe. Now, really, really great upgrade to this card. And obviously has got some absolutely amazing links in the game. But 6'2", medium high. I reckon this is going to be the centre-back we see the most in FUT Champions, I'll be honest. You know, along with a few others, you know, like the French centre-back from Wolfsburg. I'm going to start naming him that because I just cannot pronounce his name. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of them. But a really great card. Medium-high work rates as well, 6'2". And then along with just a really good pace, great defending and great physical stats. Just a really consistent card all round. And we're not looking forward to seeing that man in any squads. In at left back as well, we have got probably the lowest rated player in the team. We have got ourselves Roussillon. Now, again, this is the man who gets that perfect link into the French centre-back from Wolfsburg. It's catching on, learning. 88 pace, 78 dribbling, 73 defending, 73 physical. Not the strongest of cards, obviously, but with the squad being only 500k, and we're still right at the beginning of the FIFA cycle, we've got to take sacrifices somewhere along the line for some players. But he's a really consistent card overall, and again, an anchor chemistry style is absolutely perfect on him. Give him a bit more pace, along with the defending and physical. Fantastic stuff. Now, next up in the squad, we have got ourselves a man who I believe I put in a 500k team last year, who was definitely in one of our squad builders last year. It's Valverde. Just wow, very consistent card. And I mentioned this in my other video as well. He has just got the exact same card, I'm pretty sure, as last year. If not, it's extremely, extremely similar. Just a really good, well-rounded CM with high work rates, 86 stamina, which is absolutely class, and then just really well-rounded card. Now, depending on where you guys would want to play him in centre mid, if that makes sense, like if you want him to be your sort of more aggressive attacking centre midfielder, maybe you'd want some more, you know, attacking stuff on him, maybe even like a hunter or something. And one thing that's important to mention is, guys, you don't obviously have to build this whole squad. I just think it's got quite a few players who I think would be very good, especially for the first weekend league of the year coming up. It's going to be very, very sweaty, so you know what I'm saying. Next up in the CM spot, we have got ourselves the man. He makes another return into another one of my squad builders. It's Ben Yedder. Now, I can't lie, I really struggled in the end putting this one together because I always want to make this team good for you guys, you know, I always want to make it good. And I really didn't want to put Ben Yedder in because he was in my last team, but he is just still so good. And for 35k, the stuff like 5-star weak foot, which, guys, we are probably falling asleep to me at this point saying this type of thing, but is just so important in the game. And with the way these finesses are going in, scoring with both feet with these green time finesses are going to be great with Ben Yedder, and I definitely advise putting him up front. Now, I know he doesn't exactly have the same pace as he used to, which is obviously a little bit disappointing. 82 can still work. He'd maybe even be decent as, you know, like a cam in a 4-2-3-1 or something in that type of thing. You know, the cam sort of sat behind the striker, he might be pretty good. Because it's not even like his passing is terrible. It's okay. 82 short passing is pretty good. The long passing, okay. We'll send that off to Colombia. 91 agility as well, really good. The stamina lacks a little bit, but, you know, when you're only paying 35k for a player, you can't ask for too much. But that's Ben Yedder into the team there. And another player that's going to be playing, starting at CM, but is certainly not a CM. Well, last time I checked, he was not a CM. We scroll down to the man, Anthony Martial. What a weird card in FIFA in the way that he's just still got a really good card, even though I suppose he's not really had the chance as much recently to be as good. And I think he might have had injuries. I don't know what I'm talking about here. But 6 foot, low work rates. Right, well, that's bizarre. That's the first time I'm seeing that. But 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. We all know playing against Anthony Martial, I believe it was FIFA 17. He was just an absolute joke. And he's always been really good in FIFA. Now, I would advise in this team just whacking Martial out on the wing. Just let him go do his thing on the wing. Don't put him up front. For this specific team anyway. I think he can work up front, and he does obviously cause a bit of mayhem, Martial, for sure. But not the highlight of this team. But we needed him in the squad for a few reasons. Now, the man in at right forward is a man that I honestly have used and abused in every single tips, squad builders, cheap, overpowered, anything type job. It's Ousmane Dembele, the 5-star man. And hopefully he just keeps this in every FIFA iteration ever, because he never deserves to lose either of these, I don't think. Based off what I've seen, I'm pretty sure he says in an interview once, like, so he's like, oh, so Ousmane, like, do not try and impersonate a French interviewer. Just don't do it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he says something along the lines of, like, I take penalties with my left foot, but I'm better with my right foot. Anyway, once again, just chatting breeze. 93 pace, 77 shooting, 77 passing. We've got a marksman chemistry style on him here. Just to whack up a few of the stats, the shooting and the dribbling. I would always advise playing Dembele up front, guys, to be honest with you. This card is just too good to not use up front. Obviously, if his shooting was a bit better, this guy would be hundreds and hundreds of K. We're just not surprised, are we, to see Dembele make yet another appearance into one of these squads. And in at left forward, I wish it was Neymar. However, slightly too many coins. We have got ourselves Marcus Rashford. 6'1", 5-star skill moves. One thing that lets Rashford down so much, and it's just such a shame, is the 3-star weak foot. Because he would just be, you know, he's just such a good card. He's so meta for the game. 6'1", very tall, great strength as well. I know it's only 75, but that's much better than a lot of attackers that you play with, other than the ones who are like you Lukaku's and your Haalands, who, don't get me wrong, they're great physical-wise, but, you know, they're really clunky. Their agility's not great a lot of the time, whereas 84 on Rashford, very, very good. Just bar. So an amazing card, Rashford, and I'm not surprised he's going for like 150,000 coins again, because it's another iteration of FIFA where he's just a fantastic card. And finally, to finish off the team, guys, to finish off the 500k squad, we have got ourselves a man who is a CDM, so I've kind of gone a bit backwards with this team. He's obviously starting there, but in-game formation, do not play De Jong up front. He's got a great card, but don't play him up front. 5'11", decent height for a centre midfielder, along with 4-star skills, and then just amazing stats across the board. I always find De Jong a bit of a weird one to speak about in these types of videos, because some of his stats make it look like, oh yeah, you'd want him to be your more sort of aggressive, pushing forward centre midfielder, and then you just see the shooting and you think, oh, for God's sake. But other than that, everything's so good. The passing, the dribbling especially is one thing that makes that stand out to me, him being more attacking, especially with the fact he has good pace. Very, very high agility. Can definitely work you some good chances, but that's why he's obviously good as just a base CM in the squad, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that is the full team there. I'll show you now quickly like 2 formations as well that I would advise sort of playing this team in an in-game formation that works the best so far in FIFA 22. This I'd line up the players first of all in-game. Now, one thing I will say is, although I touched on quickly earlier in the video, a lot of the time I would play Dembele up front. I would certainly say that. However, with this specific team, because we've got Ben Yedder, you might obviously want to put Rashford up front instead of Dembele. The good thing about Dembele is he can literally work anywhere. On the wings, up front, cam, that type of thing. I just think Ben Yedder is needed up front because of his amazing shooting. And 2, obviously, he lacks a bit of pace on the wing. So you could put Rashford on the wing or Dembele. Definitely get Martial out there, though, 100%. And then we've got De Jong and Valverde in the centre mid spots. And then the defence lined up as per usual. This is one formation, obviously 4-4-2, that loads of people are using so far in FIFA 22. This, however, though, is like my preferred one at the moment. I'm preferring 4-4-2, but I definitely need to try out this next formation a little bit more as well. And the other formation we have got here, guys, the 4-2-3-1. A very sort of bog standard formation in FIFA. Both these formations I've shown you guys have been in literally every FIFA. Sort of very bog standard, very meta formations that have always been good. But this is how I'd sort of advise lining it up. And like I said, again, you could definitely change up how you put the attackers in the team. Dembele at cam, though, would probably work very well. Martial on the right, Rashford on the left, and then Yedder up front. Absolutely lethal combination. I think this could be a very good team for you guys to use going into FUT Champions. And even if you don't build the entire thing, you know, you might want to use the odd little player in this because I think they're very good for the price. Last thing to quickly mention here, guys, to finish off the 500k squad builder, Militao and Rashford are currently on 7 chemistry. However, if you get the man Steve Bruce, well, you know, I can't do a Steve Bruce impression. I just know a lot of people take the mickey out of the fact that he likes a doner kebab.
How's the bacon, did you say?
But yeah, if you get an English manager in with then a Spanish league or vice versa and do a Brazilian manager with a Premier League on him, you get Rashford and Militao to 8 chemistry and then everyone else is on 10 chemistry. So absolutely happy days. Even with my God team, I'm not looking forward to playing against this squad. Well, guys, that will finish off the 500,000 coin squad builder. Let me know down in the comments below if you end up using this team or end up using quite a few players in this team. I would imagine we're going to see a lot of these players in very similar teams coming the start of FUT Champions. But as I mentioned in the intro, guys, plenty more videos coming out. Loads of different types of videos coming out as well. RTGs, player reviews, gameplay stuff, along with these other tips and squad builders, that type of thing. The channel's just going to have a lot going on this year. But anyway, enough rambling on with me. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for all watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one.